JP, there's JP. Boom. Let's go. If we get VIP at the last day, do we keep it for a few minutes? You keep it until I forget, basically. So that could be 5 minutes. It could be another month. Basically, whatever. All right. GTA VC 80% Dupeless. I see. All right, GT, take care. Thanks for stopping by. All right, VC Dupeless, let's go. Nice, easy one to finish off today after fucking essay all day.
I poked my head out of the gutter for 1 freaking second and fate shovels shit in my face. Go get some sleep.
Oh, dear.
What are you gonna do?
I'll drop by your office tomorrow.
Some chill Vice. I hecking love this game. Let's go. Good luck, thank you. I don't need luck, this game's easy peasy. Easy peasy.
Watch where you're freaking going!
How much pain was the end of SA? It wasn't too bad. I skipped gang territories and that would have been the worst part by far, so... It can't have been that bad, right? Oh god. Good Tosta, welcome back.
Nice bike.
No, my bike!
Will you be working for my father?
Maybe.
So difficult having a rich and powerful father. Vamos. See you around, handsome.
Yeah, this game's smart, Meathurst. If she's not sat next to you, she won't say the line. There's loads of little details like that that you can easily miss in this. I don't know why I tried to thread that needle. I could have just come round. Stupid. That was stupid. I literally could have just come like that on the path and I would have been fine. Whatever. Seven CVMO. Gotcha. Freeway experience. I already have that. Spaz. I'll give you a free reroll. Link me another one.
this way.
Nice to do a Dupeless one without randomizer. Yeah, it is nice to not be constantly afraid of random missions. So it wasn't available in the channel? No, it should be.
You gotta pack some heat. A local gun shop just a couple of blocks away.
You nearly made me. Look at the vehicle.
I'm gonna go see what I can dig up. I'll be watching you, Tommy.
Is that a Fagio there? Parked up. Oh, it's a PCJ, even better. What a run.
Hey, Leo, I think we got a buyer for
That's
DS
gonna do small.
merchandise.
It's fine.
Gotta give him a ring, man. Set up the deal, you know?
Where are you now?
You okay, Leo? You
Don't
sound
make a difference,
kinda
yeah.
different.
Just tell me where you are.
Who the hell is this? Put Leo on, man.
Leo's gone away for a while. He left me in charge.
Screw you, man.
Actually, it kind of does matter. I should have moved it. Whatever. I'm actually doing this mission, so keeping the PCJ would have been nice. But it's gonna despawn.
Dumb Florida
I thought I was just
moron.
running to the Fagio, but... Oh. Just... Switch to the next one here. My PC just black screened after accidentally closing the stream. I guess I'm locked into watching. I mean, yeah, I don't know what you thought you were doing closing the stream. I didn't give you permission to do that. We're gonna have words later. Absolutely did not consent to you not watching my stream today, Style. That is not on.
I can't believe this is happening.
Remember,
Did I consent for you to stream today? No, that's not how this works. I don't need consent. You do. You all do as you're told. What did I eat? I had sausage pasta with onions and peppers and chopped tomatoes and delicious stuff. Another Steven TV about. CJ Sad. Do I not have a CJ Sad? I don't. There you go. But now it's such a crucial part of your stream. No. Again, you've got it backwards. You're not a crucial part of the stream. I'm a crucial part of your life. Your PC agrees.
oh, please. Not guilty. Understand? Good.
Nothing to say against that, really. What can we say, really, you know? It is what it is. Nope. Can't sleep after missing a stream. Yeah, you have to stay up all night until you've watched the VOD, and then you're officially caught up, and then you can finally go to bed.
What are you doing?
Hola, is this Mr. Versetti?
Yeah,
This is Cortez. You were at my party?
yeah, I remember.
Mr. Versetti, it was a
I despawned the bike.
unfortunate incident that happened with your
The
business deal.
fuck?
I know.
I want you to know me and my people are doing their utmost to
What
get
the
to the bottom.
flip, dude?
If you'd like to talk to me more privately, you can find me at the boat, huh? Okay? Good day, senor.
I can only imagine the absolute fucking state of your house, Tosto. How many meters per second does Tommy run? You know Usain Bolt's fastest sprint 100-meter dash? Double that. Just under that number. There's a guy who wrecked their fridge the other day. Adam. He got away with it too, apparently. He gave us an update in Discord. He actually got away with it. By the time his girlfriend came back, he'd fix it all up and she was none the wiser. Unless she watches the stream, in which case Adam did not do any of that. I'm lying. I'm just making random shit up for the sake of content. Haha. I also broke my fridge. Look how quirky and random I am when I just make up random shit for no reason. Haha. I'm just such a jokester. Blaming the cat is wild. Yeah. I love how he gave a different excuse every single time as to how it was somehow the cat's fault. Like, yeah, he had to make up an excuse 3 different times. It's still somehow the cat's fault, I promise.
It was crazy, man.
Oh.
Nearly hit me there. Shoot him!
I think Tommy will be referenced in GTA 6. Probably not. Because geeky fan service like that is usually just shoehorned in for no reason at the expense of quality. Like with Joe in Mafia 3. I would rather 3D be 3D and HD be HD, personally. Rather than, oh look, Gonzalez is actually still alive in GTA 6. 100 years later. Because the fans wanted it. Even though it makes no fucking sense. Why is the Japanese version used to speedrun? So, usually, in no SSU speedruns, some glitches are faster to execute. And it makes, like, the Japanese version way, way faster. Like, Cherry Poppers Into Pass is the fastest way to beat the game. Like, the fastest route. And that's only possible on Haitian-friendly versions, like Japanese. But in Dupeless, it doesn't matter as much, but it's still technically a little bit faster because of the censored dialogue. So any reference towards the Haitians that's negative is removed. So like phone calls, for example, that reference the Haitians are shorter because they've removed the hateful lines that the Haitians didn't like. So even in Dupeless, you save a bit of time, less dialogue. But it's quite minor.
You must be Cortez's new gun.
Until more gainful opportunities arise. They'll be here any minute. We both better get a good vantage point.
Okay, I'll take the balcony, you get the roof across the yard.
¿Tú quieres un cafecito, Acere?
Diaz's men are getting cut down! Shit! Don't worry, I got you covered.
Obama giving himself a medal meme line. I didn't make a close replay. I always forget to fucking do it.
They think they could take on
I always get to this mission and go, shit, I don't have a close replay.
my money. Don't just stand there, you pricks. Chase that dickhead down.
Luckily I'm clean with it and I've hit this shot like fucking 5 out of 5 times this week. I'm legit cracked at this game. Take the keyboard away from me.
I live. Dickheads. And it's all down to you. What is your name?
Tommy.
I see you soon, amigo, I think.
Shit. Where's that guy, Lance?
I was going to quickly make a close replay before I forget. How soon until we consider GTA 5 retro gaming? Oh god. As soon as GTA 6 comes out, everyone will be like, GTA 5? That fucking boomer shit game? Is it even playable now? Everyone will be all fucking huffing the GTA 6 Kool-Aid. GTA 5 Outlaws re-releases. True. GTA 5 came out last year.
Will you not come see me? I need a guy like you. All I have now is dickheads. Dickheads everywhere, yo. I make you real rich.
Come on. People know me.
GTA 5's story is almost, if not definitely, retro. See? People already think a decade-old game is retro. First time watching live VC in Japanese. You can learn kanji as you go. Supply and demand done before 30 minutes is fast. I mean, I guess. Depends on your skill level, among many other things.
You better keep on running, asshole.
Officer. Why is Tommy running like that? What a silly Billy. Was my third favorite GTA game after VC and LCS, of course. Bro, where did you get LCS from? I mean, GTA 3, I guess. I just joined and the title still says San Andreas on my screen. Shouldn't do. It's correct on my end, so might just need to refresh.
Hey, Tommy, it's Sonny. How's the suntan?
I ain't got no suntan.
We ain't got my money either, so I'm one of them myself. What are you doing? So tell me, Tommy, what are you doing?
I'm looking for the money, Sonny. Don't worry.
I am worrying, Tommy. That's my style, because I seem to have this problem in my life with unreliable...
Tom is an OG, Mr. Freak.
An unreliable person, Tommy, please.
I don't know who is the longest, like, active follower who still actively watches, but Tom is up there. Him and Arnie, I think, are very close. Zach is very close as well.
I don't know. I always kind of like
Yeah, Auntie.
Vance. Your name's Lance Vance? Hey, I got enough of that at school.
I'm trying to think who else.
Bastard. Where the hell are we headed anyway?
Because there's loads of names I remember from back in the day,
You ever borrow one of those from a whirly?
but do they still, like, super actively talk? Hoxie or Hustle? Hustle wasn't around when I joined. Hox was. But I mean people who, like, when I mean actively talk, I mean, like, you know, they're frequently in here. Like, on at least, like, a weekly basis.
And you're on your way.
Like, there are some people who still pop in every now and again that I've been following for, like, since day one. But I mean, like, people like Tom who were here, like, a lot of the time. Yeah, Becca is up there as well, yeah. I wonder who's the first. Like, who followed first out of all you guys? Who's the most boomer?
We're taking hits here, man.
You like it when people just join after months or even years to come and check on your stream? It's, yeah, I mean, it's nice to catch up with people, right? Like, sometimes it's a difficult question to have, but, like, genuinely, sometimes, if I remember somebody that used to come into my stream all the time and now doesn't anymore, like, sometimes I am curious, like, you know, is it something that changed with the stream that you don't like? Or is it something completely out of, you know, out of the blue? Like, some people, they, you know, they'll just stop watching because of IRL stuff, like, they just don't watch Twitch anymore. Or, you know, they work at the time that I stream now and things like that. But then there might be people that used to watch and now don't like to stream as much for whatever reason because of some change and I don't know. And I might be able to do something about it if I knew about it. But it's a difficult conversation to have because it sounds kind of like desperate, you know? Like, oh, why do you stop watching me? You know? Why do you not watch me anymore? It kind of sounds like a weird thing to ask. So I don't ask. But sometimes I think it, you know? Oops, I fucked up going over the wall. I think I watched a bit left after you switched schedule just because of work. Yeah, I think that's fair. Because obviously I used to do evenings, so a lot of people, especially NA time zone people, struggle to catch the streams. And that's why I deliberately do night times sometimes, so that they can still watch. They might not be able to watch every stream, but they can watch at least once or twice a week. If I receive messages from active people that give you feedback on the streams and a reason for their inactivity, usually, if people come in, they'll usually say why. Like if it's like a positive thing that doesn't actually matter. But some people will come in and say like, "Hey Ben, long time no see. I haven't been here for a while because of work," and then you know, you don't have to ask. Like a lot of the time, it's you know, it's nothing to be like alarmed about. It's just sometimes life gets in the way, right? But yeah, but like sometimes I'll see people who like used to be in my stream all the time, and they're in everybody else's stream but not mine. And then I check their thing and they're not following me anymore, but they're still following everyone else. So I guess they don't like me now for whatever reason. But I'm not going to message them and say, you know, what did I do? Because it's kind of like an awkward conversation to have. But I can only assume that I've done something wrong or changed my style of content to something that they don't like. So all you can do is speculate. Like, I think the biggest thing, apart from the changing time, which obviously would have like changed audiences depending on daytime and nighttime. I think another big thing was when I stopped actively like competing in speedruns. Like there are probably a lot of people here who watched me do exclusively speedruns for years and then stopped and did more modding stuff and still enjoyed it and stayed around. And obviously I got new people who knew me from the modding stuff that didn't know that I used to be or didn't watch me when I was a consistent everyday speedrunner. Like I used to do Vice City speedruns every single day. I was like addicted to it for years before I got like massively burned out and don't do it anymore. But then I imagine there are quite a few people who used to watch me do Vice City or GTA 3 or SA speedruns every day. And then I stopped doing them and then they stopped watching as a result. Like it's nothing personal that I did, but it's more than likely that they were just like, I watched you for the speedruns, you don't do the speedruns anymore, simple as that. And that's obviously more than fair enough. Like you followed for a reason, I don't give you that reason anymore. So they chose not to stick around because they just want to watch speedruns. That's all they're interested in when it comes to GTA stuff. They don't care about modding stuff, they don't care about challenge runs, whatever else, right? Like that's completely fair. Like some people follow for the content rather than, you know, for the person. Whereas some people like don't give a shit what I do. They just find me funny or fun to talk to, and that's the end of it, right? Then there are some people who, like, they will have no problem watching me, but if I'm doing some other random shit that isn't GTA speedrun, they don't want to watch, they're not interested. Like, both sides are completely fine. Like, it's completely preference, of course. But, yeah, I imagine when I stopped competing in Vice City, I probably lost quite a few people who otherwise would have stuck around. But I don't regret doing it. I don't regret switching. Because, honestly, this has been great for me, being able to do more casual stuff. If I had to stream every day, 6 days a week, and I had to speedrun every day, I would have burnt out years ago. I would have probably stopped streaming entirely. Like, for me, it's just not feasible to do it that long for that often. Like, it's just not... It's a hobby that I get really addicted to every now and again, but I need a break from it. I need to do something else.
Okay, Mr. Lance Vance Dance.
Seems logical, can't please them all. Yeah, I mean, ultimately, like, I don't want to sound like a fucking egomaniac here, but when you've, like, reached, you know, thousands of different people, like, I've got, like, 12,000 followers on Twitch, assuming that most of them are real, you know, with Twitch nowadays, you know, tens of thousands of people, it's very difficult to keep everybody happy, right? Like, everyone has preferences on what they want you to do. You're bound to lose a few people along the way. Doing more modding stuff allows for more casuals to be in the loop. Yeah, exactly. Like, I think picking up GTA mods has been the best thing that's ever happened to me in terms of, like, my content career, for lack of a better term. Like, I was kind of stagnant in speedrunning, both in terms of, like, leaderboard positions, in terms of burnout, and also a bunch of other things, like, in terms of viewership and stuff. Like, I wasn't really going anywhere. But, like, all my best YouTube stuff hasn't been speedrun related. It's either been, like, critique related or modding related or this, that, and the other. So my YouTube channel went from, like, you know, 5,000 subs, maybe if that. You know, maybe even less, maybe like a couple of thousand subs. Not really gaining any subs for any reason, because it's just posting PBs, which don't really get a ton of viewers unless you get very lucky with the algorithm. Into some of my videos getting, like, you know, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of views. And I still do, like, you know, very similar stuff. I haven't completely switched my content out. You know, it's still very speedrun related. I'm literally speedrunning right now as we speak. Yeah, it's like a lot more casual friendly than just hardcore speedruns every single day. So I think it's helped, like, grow a lot more of a wide, like, diverse audience as well. Yeah, it's helped a lot for sure. Yo, Super Dan, thank you. Thank you for the kind words. Yeah, anyway, long tangent, but my point is, I hope that most of the people that, like, used to actively watch me and don't anymore is because of either content switch or, you know, their own circumstances, and not because of, like, a personality change. Like, I feel like I've always been the same personality-wise. Like, I've always been a pretty polarizing figure. But I was when I first joined the community fucking 10 years ago. I always have been, and I'm never going to change that. Like, even if, you know, I cut everybody away and nobody wants to watch me anymore because they all think I'm a dickhead, that's fine. I would rather do that than be some kind of, like, public-facing Mr. Beast, PG-13 fucking robot for content and get famous. I would rather be myself, even if it means stunting my growth. But I hope I haven't had, like, a significant personality switch for the worse. But I don't know. I feel like I haven't. I feel like I've always been kind of an asshole. I don't want to park here because I'm gonna get fucked by cars.
Right, milk China. Paul, I might have a little result for you, but I need to speak to you in person. I'm enjoying a little R&R at the Club Malibu. I reckon you're going to owe me a favour or two out with this sunshine. I'll see you later.
Being polarizing is more honest and interesting. I agree. I don't like being a fence sitter. I like having my views. And if you disagree with me, that's fine. We can talk about it, you know? I think it makes for far better discussion personally than constantly fence sitting about every single issue. Just for the sake of being, you know, Oh, everyone agree with me. Everyone come watch my stream. Everyone like me. Oh, fuck that. You don't really come across as a dickhead, just someone that's honest. British accent probably makes people think you're a dickhead. To be fair, you know, I'm not gonna say like, oh yeah, of course, I never do anything wrong. It's just my accent. Sometimes I have been a dick. Like 100%. I will fully take responsibility. Sometimes I have said things to people or, you know, fucking had opinions or whatever else, or to other streamers that I shouldn't have said. 100%. But ultimately, I'm a human being. I make mistakes. You know, I'm never gonna say that I'm perfect.
Mow his lawns? We're gonna have to take out that prick Diaz before he takes us out. You okay?
Like, I've done stupid shit. I've said stupid shit, and I will continue to do that.
See you too.
Let's get out of here.
I'm never gonna become perfect, or never have been perfect. I'm always gonna make mistakes. Everyone does. Have you ever been harsh to a person and that person messaged you and you solved it privately? Yeah. So many times. I've had people that, no joke, hated me for years based on like either a misunderstanding or something that I said years ago, and then we hashed it out and now they come into the stream and they talk, or we meet at events and stuff. Like, I won't name names, but there is legit like one example that I can think of. One person in the GTA community that hated my guts for years. And then we talked it out, and now we're like friends. And they used to like actually despise me, like genuinely hate me. For a long time. Can we gamble on this? I mean, if a mod wants to do a gamble, you can. If they're about. Is it Josh? No, I said I wasn't going to name names. Can you imagine if it was like, yeah, it was Josh. I'm not going to name names though, but it's Josh. It's on now.
Tommy, Tomas, it's Cortez. Look, the French are giving me all kinds of trouble, amigo. Them hypocrites. They spend 100 years stealing from poor countries, and they call me a thief, huh? I'm going to need your help as soon as possible, amigo. So please hurry, huh? Tommy, I need you, all right?
This place is gonna be crawling with assholes. Be careful.
Don't worry, Tommy. I'll cover you.
Holy Luna jump. Thank you, King. How are you, sir? Speaking of OGs, we were talking before about people that like have been in the community for years and years and years. Fucking Luna jump. Bro got partnered before I did, I think. Real Luna jump in chat. Legit. SM64 is like the biggest fucking speedrun community on the planet, and it's probably not even close. Luna Jump is by far the fucking best SM64 streamer. If any of you fucking love SM64, man, Luna Jump is the GOAT. He is genuinely the fucking one of the funniest people I've ever met. He followed me one day before Tom. Let's go. I'm actually fucking fuming. Speaking of this, and it's actually happened with loads of different channels, and it happened with Luna Jump as well. There used to be a bug years and years ago. I don't know if any of you remember this. Maybe Tom will remember it, because it was a long time ago. It might even still happen, where you would randomly get unfollowed from people's channels. And I followed Luna Jump years ago. Years and years and years ago. Like, I used to like literally watch his stream. I still do. And then every now and again, I would just be like, oh, did Luna Jump like stop streaming? Like he's never on my follow page anymore. And then I check and it's unfollowed me. And I never unfollowed him. Why would I just randomly unfollow him when I literally watch a stream? It's so stupid. So the amount of times that I've been watching someone for like 10 years, and then they check my follow age and it's like 2 months, and I'm like, what? Bullshit. Oh, I was doing international strats. But yeah, it's happened with so many streamers and it proper pisses me off. It's happened to me with like probably a dozen fucking channels. And it's always ones that I actually watch, which is the most annoying part. Because I use my following page to know when people are live to watch them. And then obviously they don't show up and I assume they're not live when they are. And I fucking miss content. It does my head in.
I run this town now. Me.
Shit's so annoying. It's crazy if it does still happen. I don't know if it's happened to me recently, but obviously it's hard to know if it's happened or not because I don't actively track. I don't get like a notification on my phone when I unfollow someone. You know, like I don't know if I've unfollowed someone by mistake. Well, I say by mistake as though I did it. I don't know when Twitch unfollows on my behalf. It's always awkward to refollow as well. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you look like an asshole. You look like someone that's like unfollowed someone for no reason and then refollowed them. And I'm like, bro, I didn't want to do this. Twitch is forcing me. Yeah, it proper fucks me off, that does. I'm glad I'm not the only one. So I remember years ago, it wasn't like a very well documented thing. So I would say about it and people would be like, oh yeah, cap. And I'm like, bro, I swear to God it happens. I can't prove it, but fucking swear down it happens. So maybe we can come full circle with this. This sounds cope, yeah? But maybe those people that I was talking about earlier, who, you know, are actively in other people's chats, but not mine, and they don't follow me anymore. Maybe Twitch automatically unfollowed them. And that's why they don't watch me anymore. Maybe Twitch cucked me. It's probably not, but it could happen. Maybe I'm just coping. This fucking guy.
Your protection. Oh, tomorrow I go home.
Cops. What's my biggest red flag for streamers? What, like people that I watch? God, I don't know. Constant spamming sound alerts. That's the fucking worst. Any kind of spammy alert where like viewers can just take over the fucking stream and make it unwatchable. I hate that shit. It's not necessarily a red flag, it's just like pet peeves.
He's going down right now.
Yeah, exactly. Like, as I was saying, I always like exclusively use my following page. So if you don't appear there, I won't watch your stream. Even though I would have chosen you over potentially somebody else if you were on that page. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna use the fucking front page or the suggested bar or any of that shit. Like, I don't use any of that crap. I use my following page. I choose who to follow. Don't take that away from me, you know? Bollocks. Sure nonsense. What happened to the sound? The strip club has DMCA music that plays automatically, so I have to mute the game. Without naming, did you ever follow someone for some time and then they did something terrible and unfollowed them instantly and never went back? Probably, yeah. I couldn't think of an example off the top of my head, but... I mean, that's almost definitely happened at some point, yeah. I'm gonna go and quickly stretch my legs and shit, actually. Enjoy some more strip club ASMR. BRB. Oh, dear. I'm about to try and think of an example of a streamer that I used to watch and now don't because they did something shitty. I'm trying to think. Again, it's difficult to... If I had a list of all the people that I'd unfollowed on Twitch, I would be able to like go through and give you a story, but obviously you don't know who you unfollow. So I can't think off the top of my head. Yes, Toaster, exactly. You spend $5 as soon as you go into the room, or you can wait 5 seconds, but it's quicker to just run in and out. Yeah, Kick viewers probably thought it was hilarious, Superdone. They're probably fucking endorsing him more than anything. Alright. Cop on side. The speed. Come back. Everything going well in the best GTA of all time? Yeah, fine so far. No complaints. Still got a little while to go though.
Okay, Lance, let's get the cops' attention.
Now that got them really irritated.
Every time I hear about a streamer on Kick, it's because he does something terrible. Yep. That's Kick, alright. I have to confess, I unfollowed you after you flamed Paul Overlord, even if we assume you were 100% right and he was totally at fault. You flamed him too hard, which subsequently led to the chat thinking it was green light to cuss him out too. Yeah, that's fair enough. I can't, you know, fault you on that. I imagine it probably a few people did. And that's fair. If I could go back and could redo that situation again, I probably wouldn't go as hard as I did, you know? I like bigged it up for the content. But I'm not sure I would have done that again, you know, if I did it a second time. Yeah, I wouldn't have said all the same things. But as I said, like, I'm a human. I'm never gonna pretend I was perfect or am perfect. If people disagree with the way I act, then that's fair. Like, I don't, you know. Not gonna try and bullshit them and say that, you know, they're in the wrong for disliking me saying something. Like, it's absolutely fair enough. Fair criticism.
Remember, smile at the other cops.
Hey there, officer. Nice badge, nice badge.
Real smooth, Lance. Okay, timers are set. 5 seconds.
Respond to a 10-21 north 5 point. Respond to a 10-71 northwest 5 point. Suspect not seen in a white helicopter.
80% Dupeless TKS. Someone in chat mentioned, Lime, that they originally, at that point, unfollowed me because of my beef with Polyvalord and the way I handled the situation. But then came back after a while. And I said that's fair criticism, and I probably would have handled it differently if I could go back in time and change the past. Like, I still believe in my points. I still believe in the things that I said, but it's the way that I said them that's different, right? Like, I could have said them in, like, a way less aggressive way. And I still could have still gotten my points across that I disagreed with him. But yeah, in a less petty way. Like, a lot of the time when I do these kind of, like, mod critiques and stuff, they do sometimes get into, like, less critique and more, like, just shitting on a mod. And, you know, it's about, like, getting carried away. Like, I never actually hate these projects. I want them to do well, but it looks like I hate them because of the fact that I just get carried away. And I also try and be entertaining with it as well, you know? And, like, what's the good way to make criticism entertaining, right? Fucking yell and bitch and fucking complain. Wah, 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 wah. But there's always valid criticism there. Always, always.
You and me. Bop, boop, bop.
So yeah, exactly what Mr. Freak is saying. Like, I can get my... The mod already speaks for itself, right? Like, the gameplay already speaks for itself. If I boot up a mod and it crashes, everyone already understands that, it crashed. It shouldn't be doing that, right? I don't have to drill the point of 100 times. Look how bad it is. Look, everyone, it crashed. Look, look, look. You know? Oh, isn't this just the most ridiculous, fucking awful thing you've ever seen? Right? Like, there's 100% fair criticism there. Like, obviously, there's people on, like, every side of the spectrum. There's people that, like, think I don't do it enough because they find it hilarious because it's that entertaining aspect. There are some people that say that if I criticize anything, I'm an idiot because because free mods don't just, it's not a paid product, therefore it's not allowed to be criticized, which is fucking stupid. I'll never agree with those people. But then there are the people in the middle, which I do agree with, that say you can criticize, but it's the way that you criticize that people don't agree with, and they might not watch future stuff as a result. And those are the people that I want to try and keep, because they obviously agree with my initial points, and they, at least I hope, find me entertaining, but then I lose them later because of the way I act. Those are the people that, could potentially be members of the community, but choose not to be because of the way that I acted. Those are the group that I'm, like, targeting and trying to, like, change for the better for. But, it's not an overnight thing. It's lol, just be different. It's very difficult. Oh shit. That's potentially a problem. Can I go up here? I don't remember if you can just drive up this. Oh, I can. Okay, we're fine. Whoops. That's another great point, Mr. Freak. 100%. Again, I cannot argue with that whatsoever. I have no disagreements with that. Absolutely. The last thing I want to do is accidentally, like, get rid of a modder in the community who, might start and become really good and have real genuine talent. Because they think that if they do, some YouTuber's just going to come along and shit on them. Like, I absolutely do not want that. Is it faster to... Yeah, I think it's faster to go this way. I think we established this last time. It is faster to... if I get a car to go back through. He's the guy who made the Titan mods, Toaster. I think if you only watch Hardline to the challenge, then it's easy to gain that impression. But there's so many up-and-coming mod videos where you show courtesy and respect. Yeah, exactly. So, and obviously a lot of people will just watch my most famous stuff. You know? By the way, you're literally my favorite streamer. What I said is literally the only negative thing that I think about you. And it all happened long ago in the past. The fact that I even say it and be honest and you're listing as a giant green flag and makes me respect you infinitely more. Well, I'm glad we can have this conversation. You know, it's good to talk about it. Like, I'm always down for a discussion, even if it's a potential negative thing that I've done. So I hope I don't come off as negative. Not at all. As I say, like, I'm actively warranted. Like, I'm asking for it, like, 100%. If you have genuine feedback, positive or negative, I would like to hear it about the stream, like things that you think could be improved. Right? Always, 100%. The time where it becomes difficult is stuff like, you know, fucking YouTube comments and whatnot. Like, YouTube comments are a meme because you genuinely can't have a good discussion with them. Because it's like a 100 versus 1 shit-on fest. You know? And it's just, like, horrendous. Like, you'll see some YouTube comments with, like, genuine feedback, and I'll respond to them. And then you'll see so many that I just don't respond to, or necessarily don't see. I don't see all my YouTube comments, because YouTube just doesn't notify me for all of them. But the amount of comments that I get, that just, like, they're just not trying to have a genuine conversation. Like, they're criticizing me, but it's just, like, the most, like, I'm not trying to fucking you know, create an echo chamber or anything. But there are some criticisms that are legit like such nonsense. Like, I'll give you a good example, right? Again, I won't name any names, but there's a guy out there, and the reason why he hates me is because he believes I'm transphobic. And when I asked him for an example of my supposed transphobia, he messaged me, he replied, and sent me a clip of me banning someone for being transphobic in my chat. And now he hates me and shit talks me constantly, everywhere. I see him do it in other people's Discords and YouTube comments, Twitch chats.
Tommy, remember me?
Because they think I'm transphobic
Right, Sonny.
when I'm not. And there's no proof. Like, I'm just not. There's no other proof. There's no proof that I'm transphobic, and there's proof that I'm actively not transphobic. That they have seen. But they have, I guess, I don't know, misunderstood or misconstrued that situation. And, like, that's the kind of criticism that I sometimes get. Like, I'm not saying all criticism is like that, of course. But you get the idea, right? Like, what do I possibly say to that? How do I improve on that? Don't ban people for being transphobic in my chat. Like, what do you want me to do?
What'd you do that for?
Tommy, we gotta talk about stuff.
What's the problem, Lance?
It's you, my friend. I feel you're not giving me a
In all
fair
seriousness, I disagree with you a decent amount with games, but you are still the streamer I watch the most because I enjoy hearing your view. Disagreements are never a problem though, Ainsley, right? Like, disagreements just means difference of opinion. We all are going to disagree with stuff in here. It would be very weird if we all liked exactly the same games, exactly, you know, this, that, and the other.
You treat me like a fool. Don't do that.
Lance, I won't rip you
Like,
off.
that would be something that wouldn't be positive whatsoever, right? Like, we want people with differences of opinions here. The bit where it changes is if you, like, actively don't like something that's happening. Not just, oh, you have a different opinion to mine and I disagree. Like, I probably disagree with so many, you know, opinions in this chat room. That's not a problem, in my opinion. But yeah, but I'm talking about, like, you know, specifically criticism. But criticism that I can't do anything about, because it's just either lies or, you know, just stupid shit. Like, I can't think of better examples, but there are similar examples to that transphobic thing. Of like, oh my god, Englishman did this, and I just never did. It never happened. There's no proof, but people just believe whatever they fucking want to hear. Yo, Ratchet, thank you. It's a very good essay so far.
It's just that people patronize me all my life, treat me like a little kid. My brother would do that. Please, man, don't do that. I gotta go.
The only real problem I have with you sometimes is when you misunderstand a message of mine because I said something poorly or didn't pay attention and get assumed to be an idiot or condescended to. That's absolutely fair, Lime. And if you don't want me to do that anymore, and you genuinely, like, you message me or you tell me here and you say, hey Ben, like, you've said a couple of comments to me before and I don't appreciate it, I will make an active effort to not do that. But, you know, if I don't know, like, a lot of the time I'm just taking the piss. I never actually genuinely think anyone's an idiot in my chat. Well, sometimes I do, but, you know, it's rare, right? Like, someone, like, missing something, like, not reading the title or blah, blah, blah. It doesn't actually make you an idiot. I'm just taking the piss, like, you know, poking a bit of fun. But if you genuinely don't want me to do that, that's absolutely fine. I have no problem with that. What car am I even missing? I think Stallion, Idaho, I think. I need to go to the cafe. I do feel like you have a certain reputation for people that never watch you. You'll always get that, though. Like, always, always. Like, if you take, like, Josh's YouTube comments, for example, that's another great example. There are so many people in there that have never watched a stream or a video of me ever that hate me. Because other people have told things that I did, or they've seen, like, you know, small interactions that completely change their perception of me. Even though they've never spoke to me, ever, but they dislike me. And again, that's fine. You're allowed to have your opinion. But, you know, there is a big difference between seeing something that I say or having a conversation with me and didn't like versus taking like an out of context clip or something that I wrote 5 years ago and don't mean anymore when I was, you know, a fucking teenager, or, you know, anything like that. Just like random hearsay, random out of context stuff, and disliking me as a result of that. Then there isn't really much to say, you know? Yeah, Lime, 100%. I say, if you don't want those, you know, digs anymore or whatever you'd call them, that's absolutely fine. I can make an effort to not do that.
You better tell him, Mario.
Right. Just a stallion left, I think. It's a very wholesome segment. Shut the fuck up, Speed. There you go. Back to normal. Is that a stallion? Stallion.
All you gotta do is ask.
But yeah, so there's another message that I saw, but I was rambling about something else. Style, you mentioned about like being apprehensive to send me Tales of San Andreas, right? That's also something that I don't want to give that impression. And if I gave that impression to you, then that's something that I want to work on as well. I don't want mod developers to not want to like send their mod to me or release their mod to a point where I can play it or anything like that, or not want feedback from me, even though I can give, you know, 100% constructive feedback, because they think that I'm just going to shit on them if it's bad. Not because of you, because of the community that's going to see it. Well, still, you get the point, right? I don't want that to happen at all. Like, I want to try and bolster a community where people can be happy to send mods in and get genuine constructive feedback, rather than it being like, oh, you send your mod to die with English Ben. Like, you know, like, I'm not saying you specifically, but I have seen people comment before where people are basically implying that if you want your mod to be ripped apart and nothing else, you send it to me, right? And maybe at one point I did like that, you know? Maybe at one point I was like, yeah, like I fucking like that. I like being the executioner, whatever. But the more I think about it, that's a terrible idea. I think that's a fucking awful idea, and I resent that now in hindsight. You know, I hate that the more I think about it. So maybe I've gone too far one way and I need to rein it back in. I don't know. Maybe I'm fucking too far gone, and some people who are gonna hate me are gonna hate me for the rest of their life, regardless of what changes that I make. But I personally believe, you know, not to suck my own dick too much, but I personally believe that my work with Next Gen was like the first big step. And again, you might, maybe I'm sounding like a fucking egomaniac. Tell me to shut up if I'm being a mega egomaniac. But I think that my work with Next Gen was my first step to changing from this mod fucking sucks, end of story, let's move on to the next one, and fuck the devs, to this mod is kind of still sucks. Like, it still sucks, ultimately. I'm still gonna say that. But I am also gonna help you fix it. Like, this mod has a lot of shit to do. I will help you fix it. Like, I'm never gonna be, you know, super nice. I'm not like that. Like, I'm a very polarizing person. I have very strong opinions about things. But I would like to hope there's a middle ground somewhere where I can critique something and even criticize something, but overall have a positive impact, right? Like, I can still help, and I can still give, like, a positive impact on the mod overall, rather than just, oh, I gave my mod to English Ben, he did nothing but shit on it, and now I feel crap, and I haven't got anywhere. Like that's what I'd like to do. And obviously, don't get me wrong, not every mod is going to be an open source project where the devs leave so that I can actively, you know, write some code and patch it or this, that, and the other. But even if it is just from feedback, you know, testing feedback or helping with fucking spell checking or answering questions, you know, whatever it may be, right? I still want to have like an overall positive like impression on people. Simple as that. Like there isn't really any other way to say it. Do you often receive messages for mod help and reviews? I get a lot of messages with questions to do with modding, like maybe helping with specific bits, how to get started in modding as well. Like a lot of people have asked me like modding tutorials, which I'm not the right person to ask because I'm so new myself. But I also get quite a few emails with people starting projects and asking if I'd be interested in testing it and blah, blah, blah. So yeah, I do get quite a lot of messages on those similar veins.
Come back here and fight me, man.
The general note of fighting the 10 out of 10 mod reception every unpolished mod gets is a good one. I agree. Again, I don't want to keep repeating myself, but I still want to be, you know, firm but fair. I still want to be maybe harsh, even. But I don't want to be, like, you know, insufferable, right? That's not what I want to be. I still want to let people know that their mod has problems, or that, you know, this mod could be way better. It's not good. It's got problems. It's got crashes. It's got bugs. Like, it shouldn't have been released in the state that it's in, blah, blah, blah. But again, it's just the way you communicate it is the big difference.
Oye, no me dejes pegarte, weón.
Making a mod is more impressive than anything I've done, but if you put the work in, it's got issues, then go back and fix them. Yeah, 100%. And again, like, another big reason, maybe this is fucking secretly petty of me, but maybe one of the big reasons why I got into, like, Frosted Winter Remastered and getting actually into modding was because of, again, a fair criticism point of, well, English Ben, you might have QA experience and a decent amount of it, but you've never actually made a mod. Like, how do you know what it's like? Like, you're criticizing all of these people, but you've never touched Sunny Builder before. Like, you know, can you truly, really critique something if you know, can you critique the bread if you're not a baker, basically? And while I think the answer is yes, I think it's a fair criticism to say, you know, Ben, maybe you should actually try and, you know, give modding a go and see how difficult it really is. And that's what I'm doing. I'm throwing myself in the deep end. I'm creating a project knowing full well that hundreds of people are ready to shit down my throat if it's not perfect, because I've set myself up with a reputation that other people didn't have. Like, there's more, you know, leaning on my mod in terms of my reputation than anything else. If my mod releases and it's unfinished, I will be labeled as the biggest fucking joke in modding history. You know? Like, I will be heralded as nothing but a hypocrite moron. Because I've shit on people for years and then done the exact same thing on my project. So I need to make sure that my mod is as close to fucking flawless as it can be. And that's what I'm trying to do. And then once I have a project under my belt that I believe is pretty close to flawless, then I would like to hope that people would give me the benefit of doubt, and when I do critique, they understand that, well, maybe Ben does know what he's talking about, you know? He has made a mod, and it is objectively very good. And I think the next gen patch also helped with that, you know? That's been, like, nothing but positive. And that was in a language that I was not familiar with whatsoever. I've never touched GTA 4 modding in my life. I'm not that familiar with the game in general. So, you know, I think I've done a pretty solid job there. Again, fucking self-glazing, but And I feel like the more projects I do, whether it be patches to help other modders or my own projects, I feel like the more I do, the more hopefully I should get, you know, genuine credibility as someone who knows what they're talking about and isn't just some fucking armchair expert.
It's time for Kaufman's Cab's guardian angel to eat some fender.
Does your mod knowledge change how you view certain mods? Would your opinion necessarily change? I think in minor ways, yes. Not so much in major ways, though. But, like, there are quite a few bugs that I've seen in mods that I've also had in my mod, and I understand how hard they are to fix and how, you know, they might look silly, but in reality they're much more complicated under the hood. So I've given them a free pass, whereas before maybe I wouldn't, because I didn't understand how easy it was for something to not work, if that makes sense. There's been a few times where I've seen a bug, and maybe someone who's less experienced than me, or me in a less experienced, you know, a year ago or whatever, with less experience, would have pointed that out and gone, what the fuck? Like, how did this not get fixed immediately? But then in reality, it is much more complicated to fix, and I've even got those problems in my mod, right? But yeah, as Veldin is saying, that works both ways. There are absolutely then also times where, as a developer, I have seen a bug, and I know that it's a 5-second fix, so it bothers me even more that it wasn't done. You know?
What should I do about her?
I shouldn't have saved here, because it's going to fucking despawn the boats. Shit. Whatever. Just go back.
Who's got the map?
Do you have an example of a bug that's seemingly easy to fix but hard, actually? A great example is currently in Frosted Winter Remastered. When you start the first Hoods mission, the marker just doesn't appear, and it's only for the first mission. And the marker just isn't there. And that's obviously a big fucking problem, right? The marker not being there. It's like, oh, is the mission even there? The mission is there, but the marker doesn't appear to show you where to start the mission. So you're just looking around like an idiot to find the mission start, right? And that is a bug that not only is I have no idea why it happens, and also other people that have helped me on the project have no real idea why it happens, but also it's something that seemingly fixes itself every now and again. Like on version 0.3, which is the current version, it works on my PC, but another tester, it doesn't work on their PC. So we need to get that figured out, but I don't know what the cause is, so I can't even begin to start diagnosing it. I have no clue what's causing it. And as I say, it literally works on my PC. So it is very difficult to patch a bug that I can't reproduce. It is borderline impossible. I need to break it on my end and then figure out why it broke. And that is very difficult to do. But if you were playing a GTA mod and you saw a marker not spawning, I would of course go, what the fuck? Why is there not a marker here, right? That's ridiculous. So yeah, like, those are great examples. But then again, you can also double down on the other side, and as Style is saying, if that bug persists in any capacity, I will not be releasing the mod until it's fixed. And in my opinion, I think that should be the bare minimum for the amount of duty of care that you put into a project, regardless of whether it's a free mod or a fucking paid AAA game. I think people deserve to play without any big glaring issues like that. So it works both ways. There are definitely things where I've seen it and I'm like, oh god, like I've had that exact issue, so I feel bad for you. But at the same time, you probably shouldn't have still released the project until it was sorted. Like, there's always a fix. There's no bug that's unfixable, you know? There's always a way. Yeah, that's just a very long fucking ramble on on my attitude towards modding changing over time and, you know, potential feedback. I should probably trim that out and put that on the archive. I think that was quite a positive, constructive conversation. The last bit, not so much about like GTA modding and stuff, but the bit in terms of like, you know, genuine stream feedback and blah blah blah. I think that was quite a positive conversation. Hello, Shock Lima. Thanks for the good luck. I'm gonna write that down. Let's go cherry poppers in the meantime. Has got the current world record in Dupeless? I have no clue. Absolutely no idea. I don't think the bot will show Dupeless world records, Tom. It'll probably just show no SSU, I think. Random and also random question. Do you think base VC still has bugs glitches that haven't been found yet that could change speedruns? 100% yes. Every time people think the answer is no, something else gets found and breaks the game. It always happens. Like, as soon as you think that everything's solved. Like, look at SA. SA literally found a way to skip the first 20 seconds of the game. Something that has been looked at millions of times. And now you can just skip it. Because some person randomly found it. Out of nowhere. And the amount of people that speedrun the start of that game and never found it for 20 years. Over 20 years. And there's still new time saves, new strategies. I sent you a DM about the previous topic for clarification. Sure, I'll check it after stream. Fine. It's 8 PM. This is a terrible time to do cherry poppers. Yo, Adam. We were speaking about you earlier, Adam. Someone came in and was like, yo, what happened to that guy who broke his fridge? First 20 seconds, please tell. I don't know the specifics, but basically, like, while you're in the intro, you can hold a set of movement keys and you can teleport to CJ's house. So you skip the bike ride of going to CJ's house. You can just teleport right there. Because apparently CJ is actually at the house already during the intro sequence, and you have control. So during, like, the fade or whatever, you can, yeah, you spawn in Grove Street before the cutscene. So if you hold the right buttons at the right time, you can actually walk into CJ's house ahead of time, which teleports you there. You know, because you've walked into an interior, so it teleports you to the interior. And then back again. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. And it's even more mad that 20 plus years and nobody figured that out. It's madness. How was duping found? So duping's more complicated because there's loads of different types of duping. And it was all found by accident. So the first, I can give you a little history lesson here. The first, like, documented dupes were in San Andreas in 2012, 2013. And the reason why is because 100% speedrunners do quarry missions, right? And quarry has a really weird quirk where...
Lismarty97
Liz Matty, I'm talking.
Subscribed for 6 months. I was there for VC History Eben Pod.
Thank you, Liz Matty. They give it a 6 months. Welcome back. Yeah, Joe's side. Right. So 2012, 2013, people are doing quarry missions in San Andreas 100%, right? And quarry has a really weird thing where usually, when you're, like, approaching a mission marker, there's basically, like, a timer or something, some kind of thing that like blocks the phone calls from coming in, right? So you can't get a phone call while you're about to enter a mission marker, because if that did happen, that would break the game, right? But for some reason, that the specific, like, the way it was coded to start quarry, that just like doesn't exist. It's not the same as all the other missions. So what can happen is you can finish a quarry mission and you're inside your dump truck, and then obviously as a speedrunner, the most efficient way to start the next quarry mission is to pull up alongside the marker and get out straight into the marker and start the mission, right? And because of the way that the starting of quarry is coded, if you do that and you have a phone call pending, you can get a phone call inside quarry. Like, you get out and the phone rings and the mission still starts. Whereas before, either the phone call wouldn't come in or the phone call would come in and it would block the mission from starting. But that doesn't happen for some reason because of the way that they coded like the fucking fades and the wait times and all that kind of shit in quarry specifically. So the first ever dupes were done completely by accident by 100% speedrunners just trying to be efficient doing quarry and accidentally duping it. But they didn't know like what the ramifications of that were, and they also didn't know how to do it anywhere else. Like, it didn't work anywhere else. It only worked in quarry, right? So then fast forward to, God, when was it? Like late 2014. And then you all know the story by now, I'm sure, about Bastant 2 and him randomly posting on Reddit and breaking GTA in half. Basically, the TLDR is some guy posted on Reddit saying, hey, I found this glitch, is it known? And it was him buying Boatyard without spending any money using the replay system. And that was what broke GTA for years. Like, that was what ruined GTA. And all the duping and stuff that you see now, all the mega jumping, all the replay abuse, is because of that Reddit thread. He didn't know that at the time, but obviously then people started using the replay system way more, whereas before it was like some useless system, no one ever used it. But then when they realized that you could like pick up stuff remotely, it just, you know, what happens if we pick up this remotely? What happens if you pick up that remotely? And then close replays and rampages and get found, and the whole thing just fucking breaks open. Right, anyway, so skipping forward through all that, I could talk about that for like a fucking hour. If you want to watch the whole thing of Bastant 2, watch my world record progression, because I talk about it in depth there. Anyway, so from there, we have a way to go on mission 0 during missions, right? And we're like fucking about, testing, duplicating missions, what happens. In Vice City, nothing really happens, right? But then Patrick, the same guy who discovered the 3 satchels and blowing up the porta potty in deconstruction, you know, to send it flying and land it in the thing to skip the mission. That same Patrick was fucking around on Hit the Courier on mission 0 one day, and he needed a car to go and do the mission, right? And he's walking down the street and he's got glitched cars, so there's no cars on the street. So what car does he choose to pick up? The Cherry Poppers van, of all vans, completely by accident, having no idea what's going to happen when he enters Cherry Poppers by mistake, expects the game to crash because he's starting 2 missions at once, but what happens? Cherry Poppers passes, completely by accident. First ever Instapass, found and documented by accident. So not only were the first dupes found entirely by mistake 5 years earlier, sorry, but then 5 years later, the first ever Instapass were discovered purely by mistake as well. Patrick needed a car, it just happened to be Cherry Poppers, which just happened to start the mission, and that mission, when specifically on Hit the Courier mission 0, on specifically the Haitian version friendly of the game, just happens to jump to the part of the code that passes it rather than crashing the game. It's truly incredible, like 1 in a million level find, and it just happened to blow Vice City wide open as a result, completely by accident. Didn't Patrick also find duping in SA? No, so as I say, duping was already known. But what Patrick did when the whole Bastant Thing 2 came out, Patrick was the one who found the way to set up certain things. So, like, I'm trying to remember, this is like 10 years ago. But there's a bunch of different ways to set up on Mission 0 phone calls to dupe missions, right? And I think the first one that was used that you could do with any mission was trucking. And Patrick was the one who tested all the different ones to try and dupe missions. So the first, like, proper mission dupe, you know, like a storyline mission, not just random quarry dupes for hundo runners. Patrick was the one who tested trucking and found that you could dupe missions using trucking. And then later on, Blood Bowl was found, which is way, way faster because trucking is fucking miles away from anywhere. And then it just all skyrocketed from there. But yeah, Patrick was like one of the first people to really do duping in SA. But he didn't discover duping. Duping was known way before, but it was way less useful. Yeah, there was also accidental duping in LS with Denise calls, but again, that was so rare. Nobody knew why it happened, and nobody could reproduce it consistently, that nobody bothered. It was just like a phenomena. And it was the same with the quarry duping. But then when Patrick came along and started testing all these things after the Bastant 2 stuff in GTA Vice City, that's when the game broke. And SA went from like, I think the world record at the time was like a 5:17 by Omega, and within a year it was down to like 4 hours. Like people were pushing for sub 4. It was crazy how fucking quickly the game tanked. A random thread would replay and VC assets snowballed into what speedrunning is today. Yeah, basically. A random Reddit post by somebody who had never done a GTA speedrun in their life and then never came back. Like, we never heard from Bastant 2 again, apart from like every now and again you'd see them post on like Reddit and stuff. They literally came, broke fucking GTA in half, and then left, and you never heard from them again. It's a truly crazy story. What is it now without SSU? San Andreas world record is like 2 hours 50 minutes, and it was 5 hours before duping. Just again, let that sit in. 5 hours 10 minutes, maybe 5 hours 20 minutes, to 2 hours 50 minutes. Legit half the game gone. It's crazy. And if you want to know more in-depth stuff about San Andreas, you can also check out my my San Andreas world record progression. It's over an hour long because obviously there's so much to talk about in that game. I have world record progression videos for each one, and they both go fully into depth in all these stories. All the way back from like 2005 to present day speedruns. Fucking self-plug. Done successfully. GTA 3 world record progression, when? It's on the pipeline at some point, but I get busy with other stuff. And those take a long time to make, as you can imagine. My San Andreas world record progression script was like... Oh god, I don't remember how many pages it was. I want to say like maybe 24 pages worth of script. It took me months to write and research and find footage and everything. I remember I did it in Sweden, I remember. And it took me legit months. I think maybe like 4 or 5 months. Doing it like every evening, almost. Those things take forever to do properly. And do you want to know another fun fact while we're finishing up Cherry Poppers? The reason why I made those videos is because fucking Summoning Salt refused on Twitter to do GTA because he didn't find it interesting enough. And I was so insulted on behalf of the community that he would do fucking stupid games like Lego fucking Star Wars and shit, and fucking Mario Kart tracks for like the 500th time, but he refused to do Vice City because it wasn't interesting enough. I was so insulted and offended on behalf of my community that I said, fuck you, I'll do it myself, and made those videos to show how interesting they are if you just gave them a chance. So call that petty as well. That is quite petty, I'll be the first to admit. But it spewed out 2 amazing videos, and they're probably 2 of my best creations I ever made. I think the SA video is my best video ever so far. Purely because of, like, the work that went into it and, like, the quality of the video. Obviously, like, the editing and stuff isn't fucking amazing because I'm not an amazing editor. But, like, the overall quality of the video, I think, is stellar. Are the world record progressions your proudest projects? 100%, yeah. I think most speedruns are interesting if you present it right. I think Summoning Salt proves that, right? I think Summoning Salt is living proof that almost any world record progression that's even close to decent can be good if it's presented in a good way and well edited and well narrated. So I don't know if he still holds that, you know, qualm about GTA, but it really bothered me. So I was like, well, who better to do it than me, who was there to see all this in real time? Like, I was there for all of this. Like, I wasn't streaming until 2017, but I was watching runs and you know, I was in the IRC channel and everything. Like, even before Discord, we had an IRC chat. And I was in that. You know, I was there through the whole thing. Like, I used to watch fucking GTA on SRL every night. Yeah, like true boomer shit. So I knew all the history. All I had to do was write it down, you know? So it made a ton of sense for me to do it, fueled with hatred and petty fucking resentment for not choosing my community. I was like, fuck it, I'll do it myself. Like, surely I can make a half-decent video. You start streaming before or after the ESA run in 2017 where KZ played and you and MHMD were beside him? So that run, Mr. Freak, I started streaming only like a few weeks before that. But the only reason that I didn't stream before that wasn't because I didn't want to, but it was because I didn't have good enough internet. I had 0.6 megabit fucking download internet until February 2017. I literally remember exactly when it was that we finally got fiber in my area, because I was looking forward to it. I was counting the days, because I went from having complete dog shit internet to like 100 and finally be able to stream. But yeah, at that time, I didn't even have sub 1 in VC. I don't know what the fuck Fru was thinking, to be honest, having a completely, like, that ESA run, ESA 2017, I was, like, pretty unknown. I was just, like, a viewer at the time. Like, people didn't really know who I was in the GTA community. So I don't know what Fru was thinking, letting me go on comms with him. Obviously, it worked out in the end. But, like, me now, if I met someone who'd, like, just started running the game, didn't have sub 1 yet, and I didn't really know and met it for the first time at the event, I would never let them on comms with me. Not to be harsh, but, you know, they're not nearly qualified. I wasn't nearly qualified for the job, you know? But I'm glad he did. Ultimately. Would I have streamed before 2017? Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I did speedruns offline of GTA Vice City back in like 2013, 2014. I just did it for fun. I just watched the speedrunners and copied what they did offline. And I couldn't stream them, and I couldn't record them because I had like a shit PC. But I would have competed. So I just did it for fun. But I 100% would have competed, I would have streamed. As early as like 2012, 2013. Like, I was watching speedruns every day. On, even just in TV at the time. It wasn't even Twitch at the time. Like, I joined just in TV. Like, my Twitch account age is like 2014 for this account. But back then, you couldn't change your username as many people say. You probably heard this story from a million boomers. But I had like 3 Twitch accounts before the one that I currently have, because you couldn't change your Twitch name back then. So my first Twitch account name, I'm not going to tell you the name of it because it's all fucking, you know, embarrassing old usernames. But that would be my first account, and that was like 2012, I think. Like mid 2012. Do I like when new blood joins the speedrun community? Yeah, of course. It's great to see new faces all the time. 100%. No, I'm not telling you the first screen name. You couldn't waterboard it out of me. I remember it had a Muppet as the banner, and it said "Welcome to the Ben Zone" on it. It was so cringe. Yeah, I was a child. But whenever I think about it, I twinge, my skin crawls. I'm like, oh god. The Ben Zone. God, it's horrific. That's the 500 reward? No, fuck that. Yeah, I remember, I was saying before I couldn't remember like my first video game and stuff like that. But I do remember my first Justin TV stream that I ever watched. And I remember it because it was Woody's gamertag and he was doing a Mile High Club on COD 4. If any of you used to watch Woody's gamertag, he streamed on Justin TV and he made an announcement on it on YouTube. And I made my Justin TV account to watch his stream. And I still follow him and he still streams to this day. And I remember telling him once, I remember putting in a stream, I was like, you know, hey Woody, just wanted to say I'm a big fan. I remember my first stream of your, first Justin TV stream was watching you do Mile High Club back in like 2012. Thanks for all the entertainment. And he didn't respond. He didn't respond. I thought, you know, I could walk in with my partner badge and, you know, fucking own the place. No, I got blanked. Unlucky. Unlucky. Yeah, I remember all this shit. Like, I've like real specific memories. Yeah, I thought I was a big man. I was not a big man.
You better go and check it out. I don't know, some kind of mess or other. Things are messed up. I gotta go.
Rip idiots. I dissolve into thin liquid if that happened to me. Nah, it's not that deep. He was probably just playing the game and like, you know, he's a big creator. He's got, you know, hundreds, thousands of subs. You know, I miss messages quite frequently now, and I'm not even close to a fraction of his size in terms of like subs and viewers and stuff. So I don't blame him at all for missing it, and I'm not gonna repost it in the chat because, you know, don't want to fucking spam him. Like, if he didn't read it, he didn't read it. It's whatever. It's not a big deal. I'm not gonna be one of those guys that's like, hello. I posted a chat message 30 seconds ago, and I have not received a response. Fucking knock knock, wakey wakey. I'm not gonna be that guy, because that pisses me off when I'm on the fucking receiving end of it, so I'm not gonna be that guy. So yeah. I don't know exactly when my first stream would have been. Obviously, because I was held back by my internet the whole time for years. But it would have been around 2012, 2013. I probably would have been fucking insufferable because I was like 15 at the time. I was a child. So maybe in hindsight, it's better that I didn't. You know, I didn't stream until I was 20. And that, you know, 19, I started. And that was way, way better for me, I think. I think I was overall much more Much more beneficial. Where'd the other guy go? But yeah, so I don't know what Fru was thinking bringing me on for his comms in 2017 because I'd literally just started. I was literally like 3 weeks into streaming. I have a really specific memory. I think it was my second stream I ever did in 2017 was the Hundo annual race. It took me 15 hours. I remember my mum calling up to me, because I still lived at home at the time, at like 4 AM, saying why I was like crying and screaming. And it was because I'd failed PCJ Playground like 400 times, because I fucking hate that mission. And she was asking if I was okay, because I was like weeping at 4 o'clock in the morning. I remember that. And I remember having like 3 viewers the whole time. Like I streamed to nobody, 15 hours straight, until 4 o'clock in the morning, doing Vice City 100%. And I streamed to nobody. And I think the VOD is still there. I think I managed to archive it on eBay Archive even, because I think I highlighted it on Twitch and then moved it over. So if you go to eBay Archive, you could probably find it somewhere, like my first ever 100% race or something. I wouldn't recommend watching it, because I'd probably say some proper out-of-pocket shit. It was just 10 years ago. Don't, you know, if I say something horrendous, I didn't mean it. But yeah. No, Tom wasn't there on that first day. I don't remember who the other person was, but I remember one of the people that were there like through the whole day was his username was GetBaitMate. GetBe8M8. And I never see him around anymore. So I don't know if he stopped watching me or stopped watching Twitch in general or whatever. But I remember he was the one that was like there the whole time through the whole stream. Like I streamed to one person, basically. Like they were coming in and out, obviously. They didn't actually sit and watch me for 15 hours straight. But like every now and again they would come in and I would be fucking buzzing because I was not just talking to the void for 15 hours straight. Yeah, and Anti was probably there at some point. There was probably quite a few runners who came in and out, because obviously I was racing, right? Like, so there were probably other people participating in the race who then came in later.
Hey, Tommy, you're going down, you
And this, that, and the other, right?
prick. Oh, you think so?
But in terms of like, you know, active viewers, that was who I remember was GetBaitMate.
Come here, you double-crossing piece of shit! Your history, Tommy! History.
It's crazy that the VOD is saved. I'm so glad it is.
For Lance Vance.
I'm so glad that I've archived as much as I can. Because it's so cool to like think back and check bits and pieces. Like I'm sad that I didn't start a VOD channel sooner. I really wish I would have started eBay Archive like day one. That would have been really cool. I would love to go back and watch like an average 2017 Ben stream. Not just like highlights, you know, random races and stuff.
Don't get it, do you? I own you, Tommy.
But I also remember being absolutely fucking buzzing as well. Because if you go onto KZ Fru's YouTube channel, I can actually show you. I can probably find the video. GG, by the way. I can probably find the video. If you type it on YouTube, KZ Fru, my longest race ever, or something like that, he made a video about the race. Never mind, it doesn't come up at all. KZ Fru, my longest GTA race ever? It's something like this. The longest speedrun I've ever done. This is it. It got 500,000 views, too. Yeah, check this. This is his video, yeah? Let me close the splits. But yeah, I won't go into like obviously the whole video, But you see here, look, only me and him finished. Out of everybody. It's me, look, it's me. 15 hours, 59 minutes. We were the only ones that finished out of everybody. And obviously you've got all the fucking boomers, Menno, Hox, Oasis was there, Abby was there, S tier, like fucking holy fucking hexology of boomers. And that was my first race. That was the second race I ever did. And yeah, I came second place because everybody else forfeited. Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah, this is 100%, yeah. So that is like, that even if I didn't have the VOD, that stream that I did, that race that I did, that second ever stream that I ever did, was 16 hours long, second ever stream. I was always a freak. That is like always solidified on Fru's channel, because that was like the beginning of English Ben, if that makes sense. Right? Like, that was the first time that I was in like anybody else's video or anything like that. Like the first time that I was like posted somewhere. So I wear that second place with fucking pride. Damn right I got second place. First ever fucking stream. The second ever stream.